What's up, everybody? It's Jason with Tin Soldier. Just for another edition of Motivational Monday. Um, and we had just got done. If hopefully you've seen it. If you haven't, go back and check it out. Of the commercial that Ricky worked on. That's just, man, it's so incredible. Just we kind of, and that's nothing that we did. Is Ricky did. And making that happen and kind of recreating that scene in Days of Thunder of talking about the car and man, it's just fun, and I love that scene in that movie. And if you're a car person, watching that movie, at least for me, always got me so excited um, of them talking about that car and the potential that the car was going to have to go out on the racetrack. Um, and that kind of leads us into what I wanted to talk to you about today. Um, in the Bible, in Genesis, it talks about the earth being there without form or void. So it's just this thing that God was looking at, and it had nothing. Um, and God kind of got back with His imagination, I think, because it says we were created in God's image. So if I have an imagination, I believe that God does. Um, and again, all our videos, a lot of this times, the motivational stuff is going to be faith based, just because that's where my life's grounded in. But if you don't think that way, completely, it's cool. Like we love you no matter what, and hopefully you can still get something from this, even though a lot of times it will be kind of a faith based thing. But I love that thought of the earth sitting there, without form or void, and God standing back and sitting back and imagining what the earth could be. And that's kind of what we do, in that scene in the movie. You're standing back, you're looking at this car. It had, in their deal, the chassis was kind of sitting there. In our deal, the Mustang, the chassis was in it. But kind of go back with me in a time of where the Mustang was just maybe a roof and quarter panels or whatever it was. It was without form or void, and you can visualize what that is going to be just based off your imagination. You can go through the car that you're building, you can go through it in your head and you can see exactly where it's going to end up. And a lot of people would probably look at the car that you're building, or look at the car that I'm building and I'm talking personally, our shop car. And most people probably won't even get it, man. They'll look at it and like, man, why would you mess with this thing? It's a pile of crap. But little do they know that through a lot of hard work, probably a little bit of money, it's going to be this amazing thing that has such a specific purpose to live out. And God did the same thing when He looked at the earth, and He went to work on it. And it says that He worked on it with He actually spoke everything into motion, and then at the end, the last thing that He made was Adam. And Adam, He made from the dust of the ground. And He made Adam with His hands. He went down through the dust of the ground, which would be more like mud, I'm sure, and He made this man from this, made this sculpture of a man. So like He saw what He wanted, and He created with His hands, and He made this mud man. And when He was happy with what He made, He sat back and He gave breath to it. Which is, for you, for everyone watching, you may think I'm crazy for thinking like that, and that's okay. But I'm sure that you can relate at some level of creating something and then feeling like you gave that something a piece of yourself, which is exactly what we do with these cars. We make them, and then we stand back. For us, I love that moment of when we get to fire the car up for the first time, and see all that hard work. We can actually hear the hard work. It runs. It takes its breath. So there's so many like little similarities to that. But one thing that I want to point out in that little video is something that Ricky did was so cool. Like he filmed the video and he put so much effort into this stuff, man. It's unreal. I put my boots on for the video because we felt like that was more close to what the video in Days of Thunder was, and I walked through the shop in my boots. Well, one thing Ricky did to enhance that is he actually took the sound of boots walking and put that into the little commercial, so you can actually plainly hear the boots walking. That wasn't something that happened on its own, but it's a little detail that really only Ricky would know. He shared it with us, and he showed me how he did. It was so cool. Um, but in the same way, the things that God makes, the things that you and I are His masterpiece. We are, we were made in His image. We are something that God gets very excited about, and there's details within us that only God as a creator knows. Just like the little boot stomp overlay. And God thought about you that much. So I just want to challenge you today that when you feel like you're not good enough, or when you feel like, man, that you're not, there's no way that you can accomplish the things that are in here, or you're just completely not motivated, or you just feel like you're getting beat down by the world. Everything around you is telling you why you can't do something. The creator of the universe does not feel like that about you. He made you for a specific purpose to walk it out. And He knows the intimate details in your life. He gave you those things to be able to live out what He put inside of you. And probably one of the most rewarding things from building a race car is we build them with a purpose in mind. We build them to go out in the racetrack and win. That's why we do this. We are not a test and tune car builder. We are a builder that builds a race car to go out and do battle and win. When you watch one of your cars go out and do battle and win and do exactly what it was created to do, and it's sitting at the end of the day, and it's sitting in that that elusive winner circle, and they're holding up the prize, whatever it was. That feeling of accomplishment of the thing that you built walking out its purpose exactly how you created it to do, that feeling's unreal. And I think that God looks at us the same way. When we live out what's in here, with all the crazy things that are in here, the things that you really want to do that people tell you that are stupid or whatever, when you live out those dreams, only the dreams that you were created to do, and you start walking in that, I can't imagine the way that God feels when His creation is living up to or living out the purpose that He created for it. So that's it for this edition. I might play on that for the next one. But we love you guys. I hope you get something out of it. And like I said, no matter where you're at with the faith thing, we just want to let you know that you're loved and that you can conquer the world. Have a good day. See ya.